He's holding it. He's going to try to hold it. Throws it late. It's caught it's caught. Touchdown! Kansas City. The Chiefs take the lead.
Hey everybody, and welcome into The Breakdown. I'm your host, Matt McMullen, and today we're talking about the greatest comeback in franchise history as the Chiefs rallied to defeat the Houston Texans on Sunday afternoon at Arrowhead Stadium and advance to the AFC title game. This game was absolutely ridiculous, and we're going to relive it over the next 10 minutes or so through interviews with Patrick Mahomes, Damian Williams, Tyrann Mathieu, Travis Kelce, Frank Clark, and Daniel Sorensen. But first, let's hear from Coach Reid.
Okay, really no injuries other than Chris wasn't able to answer it today, and we'll go back to the drawing board with that. Did try before the game, and then Mo Claiborne was excused again for personal reasons. But everybody else made it through healthy, and I thought as a group, man, played really well. Great mindset game. So the guys had their mind set for a battle, and they put it down. And when you're down 24-0, if you don't have a good locker room, things can go the wrong way for you. And the guys all hung together, and we've talked about the strength of it, and they did a great job, along with our fans. I thought our fans were tremendous. So nobody up there gave up, and they all stayed and cheered us on. The grounds crew, again, getting everything cleared up with that snow, I think is a big thing too. So anyways, McCole stepped up and kind of got some juice going there with the return. I thought that got us going a little bit. I was proud of Sorensen again for Dan for stepping up and making the tackle on the fake field goal. And I thought Bill did a nice job with that. That was an opportune time, I thought, to call that. And people are going to be upset on, but from a coaching standpoint, he was an inch away. Dan did a nice job, but that wasn't a bad call at all there. It's proud of our guys for the red zone. They were, we were 7 for 8 in the red zone. Our defense played aggressive football all day, and Spags had a nice game plan, and the guys executed. I thought Frank was just a beast today, and it was great for the Honey Badger to get himself a win against his old team there. So he had a big smile on his face, and I'm not sure what else here. Pat and Kelce were phenomenal. They had a great day too. So all the guys, listen, it was a good team win, and I can keep going with all the names, but proud of the coaches. Eric Bieniemy had a nice game plan. Anytime you can come back, we just felt that, listen, if we're not shooting ourselves in the foot, we're going to be okay. And so we settled down and did a nialso job. And I like the encouragement that Eric gave the guys. He just hang with it, and we're going to be fine. And and then Dave could have also gone the other way because, you're talking about one of the great in the history of the game, one of the great special teams coaches, and that he could have easily gone in the tank on that, but he didn't. He hung in there, got his guys kind of rallied up, and they did a nice job. So coordinators and coaches, great game plan, good execution, and proud of them for that.
Reid mentioned there that the sideline always felt like this one was within reach if they could just get back on track. And that's exactly what they did over the final 3 quarters. So let's walk back through it. The Chiefs fell behind by a wide margin early in this one, yielding 24 unanswered points to begin the game. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson found wide receiver Kenny Stills for a 54-yard touchdown on the Texans' first possession. A blocked punt ended in 6 points a few minutes later, and then Watson was back in the end zone with a 4-yard strike to tight end Darren Fells. It was a huge deficit in a blink of an eye, but the Chiefs came fighting back. After Houston connected on a 31-yard field goal to make it 24-0, things got crazy. It all started with a fantastic 58-yard kickoff return by Mecole Hardman.
Cole Hardman takes it at the 1-yard line. Now veers to the right side. He gets to the 20, 25, 30. He's got a block. He's at the 40 on the angle, midfield. At the 45, stops and stays in bounds. He's up the sideline and all the way down to the Houston 30, 25-yard line, a 58-yard return.
Seemingly nothing had gone right for the Chiefs up to that point, and finally, Kansas City had a big play and some momentum. Patrick Mahomes then hit Travis Kelce for a gain of 25 yards before finding Damian Williams for a 17-yard touchdown up the seam a play later.
Middle blitz picked up, left side throw, caught, 10-5, touchdown! Damian Williams, touchdown! Kansas City on a quick shoot route to the running back for 17 yards and a touchdown.
That was huge just to get the Chiefs on the board. ultimately kicking off the comeback. Here's what Williams had to say about that touchdown after the game.
Oh, man, at the end of the day, me and Trav seen, what they was doing as far as trying to switch over, the man and who was guarding me. So, we kind of gave each other that eye of, we know what's going on. And Pat, him recognizing everything, he was able to get the ball on me quick. All I could do is catch the ball and walk in.
That made it 24-7, still a massive deficit. But for whatever reason, Arrowhead came to life after that, and the comeback was on. The defense held Houston to a 3-and-out on their ensuing possession, but in an effort to recapture momentum, the Texans tried running a fake with a direct snap to safety Justin Reed. Dan Sorensen wasn't fooled, though, stopping Reed short of the line to gain and flipping possession back over to the Chiefs.
Quarter, that's a fake punt. They fake the right side, and it's tackled short of the first down. Great play. Dirty Dan Sorensen would not be fooled. A gain of 2 on 3rd down and 4. Dirty Dan makes the big play, stopping the fake punt.
Massive play there for Sorensen that played a huge role in igniting Sunday's comeback. Here's what he had to say about that play.
That's my responsibility, so I did my job pretty much, just like anybody else would have done their job.
Simple as that, the guy did his job. But that doesn't mean that Tyrann Mathieu couldn't be impressed.
Dan made a great play. Actually, Dan had a hell of a game for us. We put so much on him, especially playing multiple positions on defense, and he plays every special team. So I think the more guys you have like Dan, better off the football team.
Sorensen's play set the Chiefs up at Houston's 33-yard line, and following a 28-yard pass interference penalty, Patrick Mahomes found Travis Kelce for a 5-yard touchdown to narrow the deficit.
Mahomes takes the snap, steps up, being pressured, fires it late, caught, Kelce dives, touchdown! Kansas City on the near side. The Kansas City Chiefs have scored 2 touchdowns in a span of 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
That made it 24-14. And then on the kickoff, Daniel Sorensen again jarred the ball loose from Texans return man DeAndre Carter, and it dropped right into the hands of Darwin Thompson.
Taken by Carter at the 15, veers to the right, gets to the 20, ball's out, picked up by Thompson. Thompson 15 to the 10, he's down to the 8-yard line. D-Train's got it. He's running on Tulsa time, and the Tulsa rookie gets it down inside the Texan 10-yard line. Game on at Arrowhead.
Then, facing a 3rd down, Mahomes again found Kelce in the end zone, this time for 6 yards, to close the margin to just 3 points.
Sprint out action to the right side. Mahomes holding it, now fires it late. Kelce gets into the end zone, turning his left shoulder. Touchdown! Kansas City! 20 points in lightning fashion by the Kansas City Chiefs. Great protection, and Travis Kelce is tearing the Texans up.
The defense held again on Houston's next possession, giving the offense a chance to take the lead with just under 3 minutes to play, and the Chiefs managed to do just that. Despite starting at their own 10-yard line, Mahomes led the offense down the field in just over 2 minutes before, for a 3rd time, finding Travis Kelce in the end zone. What a game for Kelce, who hauled in 3 scores to go along with 134 yards through the air. We caught up with him after the game to talk about his 3 touchdowns, all of which came within 10 yards of the goal line.
Any way you can get the ball in the end zone, whether it's just posting up or taking it to the house, I just finding a way to put 6 points up on the board, and that's always a goal.
Kelce actually tied a postseason record with 3 receiving touchdowns, and he's just the 3rd player in NFL history, joining Jerry Rice and Rob Gronkowski, to tally 10-plus catches, 130-plus yards, and 3-plus touchdowns in a playoff game. Clutch. So let's back up a little bit. With 10 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second quarter, the Chiefs trailed by 24 points. About 10 minutes of game time later, with 44 seconds left in the quarter, the Chiefs were winning. Here's what Patrick Mahomes had to say about the mindset of the team when they fell behind by 24 points, and where the resolve to dig out of that hole came from.
Yeah, obviously we didn't want to be in that spot, but the biggest thing that I think I was preaching to the team was, let's go do something special. Let's go do something special. Everybody's already counting us out. Let's just go play by play and just put our best effort out there. And obviously I knew as a team we had to everything had to go the right way, but I thought the defense stepped up, special teams stepped up. Offensively, we started making the plays we weren't making, and play by play we just chipped away at that lead and got the half and came out the second half and kept firing.
The Texans then missed a field goal as the first half expired, meaning the Chiefs carried the lead into halftime despite getting off to just about as bad a start as possible, and Kansas City wasn't done. The Chiefs received the opening kickoff and promptly went right down the field, aided by a 48-yard catch and run by Sammy Watkins, before Damian Williams powered ahead for a 1-yard score to extend the lead.
Mahomes, handoff, Damian Williams pushing in the middle, touchdown! Kansas City, 5 consecutive unanswered touchdowns!
That made it 34-24 Chiefs, and it ended up being all Kansas City would need. The Texans would eventually find the end zone toward the end of the third quarter, but not before the Chiefs made it 41 unanswered points following the initial 24-point deficit. 41 unanswered points! Absolutely incredible fight, spirit, and effort on the part of the Chiefs, refusing to let their season end on Sunday night despite a deficit this franchise had never before overcome. So with all that in mind, let's dive into my 3 stats to know from this game. My first stat is 7. The Chiefs scored touchdowns on 7 straight drives from early in the second quarter to midway through the fourth quarter. 7! Not only did they fight back from the 24-point deficit, they won this game by 20 points. That leads into my next stat, which is 24. The 24-point comeback on Sunday was the largest in franchise history, and tied for the 4th largest in NFL postseason history. And here's what I find incredible. The previous largest comeback in franchise history was that 21-point comeback against the Chargers in the season opener back in 2016. And that game went to overtime. This one was well over within regulation. My final stat is 3. While the offense just kept on scoring, the defense never allowed Watson and the Texans to get back in the game. Frank Clark, in particular, tallied 3 sacks all by himself. Clark was relentless. You could tell how badly he wanted this game. We caught up with Clark after the game to talk about his tireless energy fueling the pass rush on Sunday.
Trusting the process. I see it all on film. Film don't lie. Film don't lie where the guy wants to step up. We can talk about it now. They're going home. Film don't lie. The guy wants to step up to the if you're the left side rushing, he wants to step up, his right side B gap. So at the end of the day, I knew that I was baiting him into some things. Our coach's plan was excellent, man. We had some spies in there. We had some things to bait him and going to the direction we wanted him to go to, and he did just that. And as you've seen, things started clicking in that, in that second quarter and towards the second half, and got the job done, man.
Okay, let's wrap this thing up with some final thoughts. What a game. The emotions were all over the place in this one, but this game should serve as a reminder how lucky we are to have Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and all of these guys in the red and gold. 99% of teams would have wilted after falling behind by 24 points. Nothing was going right for the Chiefs, and everything was seemingly going right for Houston. But this team is just different. They didn't panic. They didn't think it was over. They buckled down, fixed the problems, and played their brand of football. And the result was one of the best games ever in the history of this franchise. We're going back to the AFC Championship game, Kansas City, and we'll need each and every one of you out at Arrowhead Stadium next Sunday as we play for a spot in the Super Bowl. Enjoy this, Kansas City. I'm probably going to go and watch some highlights from the game right now. This is Matt McMullen, signing off.